Why is change so difficult? If you want to know why you've not been able to change your career or do something about being more active and going to the gym or changing that pesky relationship, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you exactly why human beings find change very pesky. Hello, I'm Serena Simmons and welcome to the Psychology School. This week I want to take time to answer a question that comes up when you're looking at maybe doing something different in your life, like changing your job or maybe changing something about your body. Maybe you wanted to get more fit or more active or lose some weight, or maybe you've wanted to change your relationship. Now these things are often very difficult to change, but why? Well, there's a reason why it's difficult to make changes like this in our life. Change is often really difficult for us as human beings because human beings are actually hardwired to stay safe. This is going back to our kind of caveman ancestors. We didn't actually do things that we thought were dangerous. If we had to, it was obviously to get food or there were some necessary means to put ourselves in a danger zone. But these days, with the likes of our sofas and Netflix and comfortable housing, we don't have to do that so much. What I'm saying is we've become less accustomed as human beings to actually be uncomfortable. Now, yes, there are people in society who push themselves out of their comfort zones all the time. And I would say that those people are working an all-important change muscle. But if you're not used to doing that, you have become probably more inclined to stay safe. Now, I'm saying this without judgment. It's not a bad thing that you're there in your safety zone. You know, it's not a bad place to be. We get to live comfortably. We maybe get to just do the things that we love to do on a daily basis. But what it can mean is when we want to actually do something active and make a change, that we're not very accustomed to doing that. It feels different, it feels foreign, it feels actually really hard. Just think about that for you for a moment. Think about all the things that influence who you are. You come with your own set of influences. That includes where you were brought up, the environment that you were raised in, the people that raised you. All of these things have influenced the way you think, the way you feel, the way you behave. And then there are other factors. So where you live, you know, society, the groups that you actually engage with, your friendship groups, the people that you surround yourself with. Where we are today, in today's modern world, this will have created a whole set of influences in terms of your behaviour and your thinking. Then there are factors like your religion and your culture. And then there are just the expectations that you have of yourself or that you have of your future self, as well as the influence and the expectations that others may have of you. I guess what I'm saying is there are so many things that influence who you are. And like I said, they influence then how you think, how you feel, how you behave. And therefore, as we're trying to process information and process whether we think a change is something that we should undertake, this change has to go through this set of individual filters that we have to first make sense to us and make us want to engage in that change in the first place. Now, if that change doesn't make sense to you, if it feels like a threat, it's very likely that you won't make the change. If it feels threatening to do something different, like leave the relationship or to step off and enter a new career, and there are too many unknowns associated with it, our monkey brain can very quickly assess the situation and decide, no, this is not good for us. Fear, red alert, association is bad. And we do this on a daily basis. Our brain is processing so much information. So some of this processing is conscious, a lot of it is very unconscious as well. But that's how we step into these pesky patterns and behaviours that keep us small and keep us stuck. The good news is that what you're probably noticing is everything starts with how we think about things. If everything starts with how we think, we have a beautiful opportunity to impact it. Often people, when they're really stuck in that place and they don't know how to look outside of it for themselves, that's when they might go to a therapist or a counsellor, and they can essentially help them unpick some of that stuff and start to make sense of their world for them. But you can start to do this for yourself too, and it starts by just getting really curious about how you think about things. Why do I think that about making that particular move? Is it because I'm fearful of feeling uncomfortable? What could possibly happen if I step off into a new career? You actually can slow the process right down, and there's real power in slowing things down and not buying into the monkey brain. So really thinking about what you're fearful of and whether it's tangible and real, and there's a real basis for fear. In this case, when we slow things down and we get curious, we can actually then learn to decipher our real fears from the ones that maybe we've completely made up. The ones that maybe have other influences, like other people telling you certain things about that change. No, you shouldn't change your career. No, you shouldn't leave that relationship. We can push all that stuff out and really tune into what we want for ourselves. And really, that's the true basis for change. What do you truly want for you? It's only when we push out that external noise and really can kind of objectively look at what's going on under the surface that we can really figure out whether this is something that we really want to do. It is a process. It's not something that happens with the click of a finger. It takes some time and it takes reflection, but the potential impact of you doing that is huge. It means that you might start to figure out your stories and the blocks that you've had and the beliefs that you've held, and that's where the magic happens. That's where you can truly start to make a change. I hope you found today useful. You can click on the link below to subscribe, and that way you get this in your inbox every week. And I'll see you next week. Bye.